It's a rare enough thing. A man who lives up to his reputation.
That single line from Olenna Tyrell to Tywin Lannister captures the essence of this entire scene. Two titans of Westerosi politics testing each other with wit, steel, and strategy. Today, we're going to break down this legendary Game of Thrones scene. Olenna Tyrell versus Tywin Lannister. The scene takes place in Tywin Lannister's private chambers in King's Landing, Season 3, Episode 6. By this point in the story, the Lannisters have just secured their hold on the Iron Throne after the War of the Five Kings. But stability in Westeros is always temporary, and marriage politics are one of the strongest weapons in the game. House Tyrell has risen dramatically after allying with the Lannisters during the Battle of Blackwater. But alliances in Westeros aren't sealed with trust, they're sealed with marriages. And here we see the political chess game in action. Tywin trying to force a marriage between Cersei and Loras Tyrell, while Olenna pushes back with all the razor-sharp wit she's famous for. This isn't just a negotiation, it's a duel. On one side, Tywin Lannister, cold, calculating, relentless. He's the man who crushed House Rain, the man whose very name inspires fear. His style of negotiation is pressure, leverage, inevitability. On the other side, Olenna Tyrell, the Queen of Thorns. Unlike Tywin, she doesn't lead armies or command gold mines. Her weapon is her tongue. Sarcasm, bluntness, and unapologetic wit. But beneath that wit is a razor-sharp political instinct. This clash is brilliant because both characters know the stakes, the legitimacy of the Lannisters, the future of High Garden, and the survival of their houses. Neither can show weakness. Let's walk through this together.
Impossible.
She opens with blunt dismissal. No pleasantries, no preamble. Olenna always sets the tone. Direct, uncompromising, cutting. The word impossible is her way of saying, don't even try, Tywin. But of course, Tywin will.
Why?
Classic Tywin. One word, one challenge. He doesn't argue. He forces his opponent to explain themselves. It's a tactic. Make the other side justify their position while you sit in control.
My grandson is the pride of High Garden, the most desirable bachelor in all 7 kingdoms. Your daughter.
Here Olenna goes into status assertion. She builds Loras up, framing him as a prize everyone should want. And then she begins to cut into Cersei.
Is rich, the most beautiful woman in all 7 kingdoms, and the mother of the king.
Notice how Tywin doesn't let her finish. He cuts her off, reasserting Cersei's value in cold political terms. Wealth, beauty, royal motherhood. It's interesting because he doesn't speak of Cersei as a person, only as an asset. This shows us both his view of women and his ruthless approach to family politics.
Old.
One word, brutal. Olenna doesn't play nice. She cuts straight to the Achilles heel. In a world where women are valued for youth and fertility, Olenna strikes at Cersei's age.
Old?
This repetition is classic Tywin. He doesn't show offense yet. He forces Olenna to elaborate.
Old. I'm something of an expert on the subject. Her change will be upon her before long. I'll spare you the details of what will happen then. You men may have a stomach for bloodshed and slaughter, but this is another matter entirely.
Here, Olenna uses her age as a rhetorical weapon. Instead of being insulted by her own age, she turns it into authority. She reframes Cersei's fertility as a political liability. And she makes Tywin sit with the biological reality of time, something he hates because Tywin's power is built on control.
The years punish us as well, I promise you that. My stomach remains quite strong, however. The only thing that might turn it are details of your grandson's nocturnal activities. Do you deny them?
Tywin counters by shifting from Cersei's flaw to Loras's flaw. He introduces the subject of Loras's homosexuality. This is Tywin's style. If you cut him, he cuts deeper. He reframes the argument around stains on reputation, something Tywin cannot stand.
Oh, not at all. A sword swallower through and through.
This is Olenna at her sharpest. She doesn't deny the truth. She embraces it, mocks it, owns it. Instead of letting Tywin corner her, she flips the tone, humor as a shield.
And a boy with his affliction should be grateful for the opportunity to marry the most beautiful woman in the kingdoms and remove the stain from his name.
Here we see Tywin's cruelty. He uses words like affliction to frame sexuality as a disease. But beneath that cruelty is his strategy. He wants Olenna to feel like Loras should be grateful for marrying Cersei, not the other way around.
Did you grow up with boy cousins, Lord Tywin? Sons of your father's bannermen, squires, stable boys? And you never...
No.
Not once? Not in any way?
This is a bold move. Olenna tries to normalize same-sex attraction. She even teases Tywin about his own youth. This is both disarming and provocative.
Never.
Notice the blunt finality. Tywin refuses to even entertain the idea. This is part pride, part denial, and part image control.
I congratulate you upon your restraint. But it's a natural thing, two boys having a go at each other beneath the sheets.
Olenna pushes back with her worldview. Human desire isn't shameful. Again, she contrasts Highgarden's more liberal culture with the Lannisters' rigid image of control.
Perhaps Highgarden has a high tolerance for unnatural behavior.
The word unnatural is heavy here. Tywin frames morality as political. Anything that damages reputation is unnatural.
Brothers and sisters, where I come from, that stain would be very difficult to wash out.
This is Olenna's counterattack. She doesn't just defend Loras, she flips the attack back on the Lannisters' incest rumors. She knows the whispers about Cersei and Jaime, and she wields them like a dagger.
I will not breathe further life into a malicious lie by discussing it.
Here, Tywin does something rare. He shuts down. He doesn't outwit her, he just refuses. This shows how sensitive the incest rumor is, even for him.
Lie or not, you must admit many people find it quite convincing. Convincing enough to put swords in their hands and send them off to kill Lannisters and Tyrells, thanks to our new affiliation.
Olenna reminds Tywin of something crucial. In politics, perception is reality. It doesn't matter if something is true. If people believe it, it has power.
I don't care what people believe, and neither do you.
This is pure Tywin. Denial of the obvious. Of course he cares what people believe. His entire life is built on reputation. But he says it anyway, trying to project dominance.
As an authority on myself, I must disagree.
A witty rebuttal. Olenna refuses to let him define her motives. She draws the line.
If you refuse to marry Loras to Cersei, I will name him to the King's Guard. I'm sure you're familiar with the King's Guard's vows. He will never marry. He will never have children.
And here comes Tywin's kill move. Every negotiation scene with him builds to this. The moment when he unveils leverage so absolute, the other side has no choice. By threatening to put Loras in the Kingsguard, he threatens to erase House Tyrell's future line of succession. That single syllable says it all. For the first time, Olenna is cornered.
The Tyrell name will fade, and Highgarden will go to the children of Joffrey and Margaery.
Cold. Surgical. Tywin lays out exactly how he will erase the Tyrell legacy, and he says it as if it's already decided.
You would have your grandson protected by someone who disgusts you.
Olenna makes one last attempt, appealing to Tywin's supposed values. But Tywin has no values, only outcomes.
I would have my grandson protected by a skilled warrior who takes his vows seriously. So, shall I draw up the order, or do you consent to this match?
Ruthless pragmatism. Tywin reframes disgust as irrelevant. What matters is utility.
It's a rare enough thing, a man who lives up to his reputation.
Finally, Olenna concedes, but not without delivering a line that stings. It's half compliment, half insult. She acknowledges his legendary ruthlessness while reminding us of its cruelty. Charles Dance as Tywin delivers every line with that quiet menace, slow, deliberate, like a man who knows he controls the room. Diana Rigg as Olenna is his perfect counterbalance, witty, sharp, playful, never intimidated. Watching these two is like watching a fencing duel. Thrust, parry, riposte. This scene is about power versus wit, reputation versus reality. Tywin plays with threats and legacy. Olenna plays with humor and truth. But at the end, brute political leverage, the Kingsguard threat, wins. It's also about gender and double standards. Cersei is too old, Loras is too gay. Both are reduced to reproductive value. And yet, beneath that, both houses are fighting for survival. The scene asks a haunting question. In politics, does truth matter at all? Or is perception, leverage, and fear the only real currency? Olenna represents a worldview where truth, humor, and resilience still have weight. Tywin represents the cold reality that power doesn't care about truth, only about results. And that's why this scene resonates. Because in our own world, we see echoes of it. Image versus reality, morality versus pragmatism, truth versus power. So, Olenna Tyrell proves that wit can wound, but wit alone can't win against raw power. Tywin Lannister proves that politics in Westeros is less about marriage or love and more about legacy and control. And Game of Thrones shows us once again that the most iconic battles aren't fought with swords, they're fought with words. It's a rare enough thing, a man who lives up to his reputation. And in this scene, both Olenna and Tywin live up to theirs. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit a like, comment your favorite scene, and subscribe for more Game of Thrones deep dives.